Hello everyone, September for Jedi here, and on this new episode of my new series, My Nostalgia, where I go through certain things I have great love for, either books, comics, TV shows, movies, etc. Well, this first episode was more difficult than I originally thought. Due to some issues on trying to get the game, I could either get emulators, but apparently emulators are kind of weird on PC from what I looked up, and also apparently you could get this game on the PlayStation Store, but for some reason PlayStation 2 games are just hard to find on there, and trust me, I tried looking it up directly and it didn't came up at all, and I did see that there is Let's Plays of this game on YouTube. So I'm gonna have to do this at the best of my abilities, going over some of the footage that I watched online of Let's Plays and things like that, and basically go on memory alone. So anyway, now that I got all that out of the way, this is my look into Darkwatch.
Evil, as old as time, spreads like a plague, corrupting the hearts of men. For millennia, there have been those who have stood against it, a secret organization to protect mankind. They are the front line in an unholy war. They are the Darkwatch. You are Jericho Cross, gunslinger, renegade, outlaw. Behind you, a bloody trail of robbery and revenge. Ahead of you, one last train to rob. Tonight, your life will end, and your legend will begin.
You play the character Jericho Cross, who has a pretty interesting name. So, you're naming your child Jericho Cross. That's a very biblical name right there, I tell you what. Yeah, he's gonna be a holy man, I'm guessing. Or an outlaw. Or a protagonist to a video game that people need to talk about more. With one more train to rob. Of course, as you can tell since it's the beginning of the game, things don't go quite as well as he originally planned, and instead of riches and gold, he winds up releasing an ancient evil known as Lazarus. An ancient vampire seek to destroy the world and create it in his own image. The usual stuff. And of course, he winds up being infected and cursed by this ancient evil, who releases a whole bunch of evil baddies upon the Western world. Skeletons, things like that. And this is where you come across Cassidy Sharp. Again, a very interesting name, I guess. So you want to name your child Cassidy Sharps, okay? Well, she's gonna get in ahead in life, I can tell you what.
We've got to get you to the Darkwatch outpost.
Forced humor. Get used to it. I'm trying. I'm not even running on a notepad. I'm pretending I got a notepad because I'm on a budget. I'll put it down here. Looks like I'm doing something else entirely different, doesn't it? Help me. Though she was pretty much killed off fairly early in the game, don't worry, she does come back in spirit form. And that's a pretty cool thing because I really like this character. I think she's actually pretty well put together.
Come on, Jericho. We can do this.
Clay Cartwright is another character. You barely interact with him, and that's kind of a good thing because I kind of don't like this character, mainly because he is a...
Get back in here, you damn half-breed! I'm not done with you!
Tala is the next character that you want meeting who becomes your partner. Now, spoiler alert, she winds up being a villain towards the end of the game, but obviously, well, to a teenage boy, I wasn't paying attention to the cues on she becoming a villain. I was more focused on the fact, essentially, because, well, she is a...
Giddy up, cowboy. My name's Tala. Let's mount up.
Not really super well written, but still a fairly interesting character for reasons. Yeah. Okay, so we're moving on from this one. Now, when it comes to the other characters, there's really no other characters. All the people you fight alongside are basically the exact same character. They have the exact same design, the exact same voice, nothing too interesting. So, that's basically it on them. There's not that many characters in this game. There are different weapons in the game, but I'm mainly going to talk about my top favorites. My number one favorite is, of course, the main gun of the game, the Redeemer, the official sidearm of the game. This weapon just looks so beautiful and awesome. I absolutely love it, and it's such fun to use, especially when you rapid fire it. It is just one of the favorite things to use, and honestly, it was mainly the one I used the most in the game. My second favorite is the carbine. Of course, I always love lever action rifles, and this one is a very nice one, and it does help for them long distance shooting scenarios, and it's just great to use. The dual pistol's not as cool as the Redeemer. It's still dual wielding pistols. Of course, the blades are a little bit overkill in my opinion, and that's like kind of like the issue I have with a lot of the weapons in the game, is there's just too many crazy blades on them. I don't mind it too much, but there's just some that overdo it. And of course, I absolutely have to love a shotgun. I always love using shotguns in games. Of course, though, this, as you can see, the blade's a little bit ridiculous, but still another fun gun to use. Now, of course, there are more guns in the game. There's rocket launcher, which is known as the rail launcher. There's the crossbow, the long rifle, and a few others. But I don't really like those as much as the other ones I have mentioned. So I'm just going to move on and talk about the next thing. Alright, so this is not a in-depth review. So there are some things I'm going to kind of skim over. So here we go. These are powers. You do get powers in the game, and they are affected by certain key events that you use to level up your powers. And there's good and evil powers that you can use, and they're such as Bloodlust, which is basically it gives you increased melee damage. Also, there's Silver Bullet, which gives you more damage with your bullets. And there's a few other ones, but I'm not going to go too in-depth into them. But they were fun to use. That's basically all I'm going to say on that. And unfortunately, there are a lot of things I'm going to have to skim over. And another one of those is going to be the vehicles. And the vehicles were basically a steam power wagon, which I didn't really care much for. And the other thing, of course, is the horse, which is the only fun type of vehicle you can basically ride. But since I can't really go back and replay the game, I don't know what else to say on this matter, and I'm completely sorry on that. So please forgive me. If you guys do want to see more of that, there are some Let's Plays on YouTube you can look up, so you can see more of the shooting, the powers, the vehicles, and things like that if you are interested. So I highly recommend you go check those out. But for the resources that I have right now at my disposal, I am unable to go too in depth, so this is all basically off memory. So let's just go ahead and talk about the next thing. Of course, as you can probably already tell, this is set in the Old West, but filled with a lot of vampires, zombies, and other things like that. I have to say, the setting for this game is absolutely awesome. I just love this dark and gritty, and when I mean dark, I mean more darker than normal spaghetti westerns, and set in a more gothic tones, old rundown churches, and ghost towns. The atmosphere in this game is absolutely amazing, and I would love to see an entire remaster of this game with updated graphics, because I can only imagine how beautiful every set piece would look. From going underneath tunnels and mines and all kinds of things, it's just so much atmosphere, and that's one of the main it's one of the main reasons why I fell in love with the game. It was just fun to go back and look into. Of course, since this is an older game, you can't explore but so much. I wish there was more you can explore, but for what we got, it was still lovely, and I really wish that we would be able to see more. Of course, since there is only but so much I can really talk about, since I am unable to re-experience the game. And yeah, I can just probably watch some Let's Plays and things like that, but it doesn't seem as I can immerse myself in the world as much unless I have the controller in my hand myself and experiencing it and actually going through every detail and all that of the game. So I'm gonna have to cut this non-review, more look-back thing, basically, fairly short than I originally planned. There are different enemy types. The story in itself is fairly simple, but still enjoyable. And if you're someone who likes gothic tones, dark tones, a western settings and things like that, vampires and all those good things, then yes, I would say if you're able to play it, go for it. If not, then there are some Let's Plays you can watch. But if you want more information, I will link some more information down below, going into more heavy details that I did not fully go over about characters and things like that. So, unfortunately, this is where I'm going to be ending the video. So I hope you all enjoyed what I could at least throw together for this video. And if you have any great memories of this awesome game of yourself, comment down below. Sorry, tongue-tied. And tell me all your fond memories that you had playing this game. And also, if you be so kind, please like and share this video if you feel inclined to. But anyway, this is September for a Jedi signing off. And may the Force be with you. This is kind of an odd thing to say. Well, may the Force be with you always.
The curse is lifted. Remember me.